This is Dylan from Shoulders of Giants. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're not, thanks for sticking around because I know I've been busy not uploading. But today I'd like to make a video about StashAway Malaysia, give you a simple walkthrough, show you what's the portfolios in there, and also show you my thoughts and what I think I liked about StashAway and then what I think can be improved on. So what is StashAway Malaysia? In its essence, StashAway Malaysia is a robo-investor platforms for Malaysians. And today I'm going to do this few steps. I'll give you an introduction, show you the website, walk through of the website. I'll show you a portfolio breakdown of my own portfolio and also the different assets under it. I'll show you the returns, both from my own experience and also what is claimed by StashAway. And I would give my thoughts and how I would use StashAway. So without further ado, let's go to the StashAway website. So once you log into StashAway and you click one of the portfolio, you will see a layout, something like that. And you can see here I name my portfolio Invest in Asia, mainly because this portfolio has a lot of assets in Asia, but you can name it anything you want. This portfolio is a risk index of 36%. So StashAway has a bunch of portfolio with different risk index. There's like all the way from 6.5% up to 36%. And the way they determine this risk index is that in a way they are saying that in any given year, there's a 99% chance that your portfolio will not lose more than 36%. So there's a 1% chance that it will lose more than 36%. So if you want to read the FAQ, it's on this page. You can just Google it and it will tell you that how it works out its risk index. See, if it's a risk index of 10%, it's a 99% chance that it won't lose more than 10%. So basically, it's saying there's only a 1% chance you'll lose more than 10% of your portfolio. But anywhere from 0 to 10%, it's possible. But of course, this is not what they're aiming for. This is just showing you the risk. So again, so over here, you can click the assets to see what you have bought in the portfolio. Before that, I would just like to show you like what I did in my portfolio. So I basically deposit around 2,000 ringgit in June, and then I shortly after I top up again, and total I deposit around 3,900 ringgit, and then the market dip a bit, and then it goes up, and then it dip like here and there, it goes up and down, and then now it's at around 4,200 ringgit, my total portfolio value. So the returns is around 320 ringgit. And here they will show you two kinds of returns. So there's time weighted return and also money weighted return. So if you go here, you power here, it will do a pop-up and show you what does it mean. Basically, time weighted return excludes the effects of deposit and withdrawal. So you can think of time weighted returns as the performance and quality solely from the optimization team on StashAway, like how they choose the portfolio, what to include, and then over time, like what those assets uh, gain in the capital gains. And you can think of money weighted return as maybe adding in some of your own skill where you time the market, where you see there's some dip, you follow the news, you saw there's dip, and you think it will go up in the future, then you add more money in. So you can think of weighted return as the portfolio inside, the assets inside of the portfolio, plus your own skills of timing the market. So uh, they will give a slightly different rate of return. Time rated return is solely based on the performance of what StashAway is doing. And after that, you can click assets. Um, I like this layout. It's easy to understand that what is in your portfolio and where they are focusing. As you can see, it's North America, uh, basically mostly in the United States. It's Asia, there's China, Hong Kong, India, Indonesia. This is where the equities or the assets are focused on. And then there's some Europe, there's some Oceania, and they give you a very detailed breakdown. Like over here, even in the US sector, they say they invest in small cap, healthcare, consumer direction, discretionary. And then you can click on small cap and then see what how much they already invested. Like right now, I have 146 US dollar because they convert into US dollar invested in this asset. It's called iShares Core S&P Small Cap ETF. And if you want to even know more about this ETF, you can just highlight the ticker symbol and Google it. Google it, it'll give you this page. It will tell you you can go and check the rate of return. You can even go through into the iShares website, see what's the breakdown of like what this ETF is holding. An ETF is basically you can think an ETF is like just a bunch of stocks jumbled up into one, and then the ETF is traded into stocks. But inside the ETF has a lot of other companies and stocks. And here you can see about the uh, this ETF iShares Core S&P Small Cap, and you can go down, see the returns, and see what they hold. See, they hold all these companies inside: Stamps, Meritage, Neogen, which are mostly US companies. And then there's about 608 companies inside here. And you can see the breakdown of what they do. And you can individually check what each ETF's return is. So that's what I like about StashAway. They tell you exactly what they have in their portfolio, and they tell you the breakdown they have in the portfolio. They also tell you the time-weighted return of each ETF sector they buy. So year to date, you can see that the best performing is China Tech. China Tech is 24% up this year, um, since I put in my account. And it's basically KWEB. You can again Google KWEB. So one thing I like about StashAway is they do this thing called re-optimization. And so around May, they actually did a re-optimization, and then um, they put in they increased the amount of KWEB shares. Like uh, like over here. Yep. So in around May, they increased around May, they increased the amount of Chinese exposure, and it actually helped out the portfolio a lot. So this is what it meant by robo advisor or robo investor. They do the work for you. They do the uh, research, they do the market research, and then they change your portfolio according to their own research. And their research is based on their investment framework is based on this ERAA. And if you want, you can go and click and read about it. But it's a lot to read about, and if you are like if you are from finance economics background, maybe you can understand further. But for a layperson, the reason we use a robo advisor is because we are not so well versed with all this terminology, so we are kind of trusting the robo advisor to help us invest and make a good decision for us. So again, uh, so over here you can see the projections, and you can see like 5 year, 10 year, 20-year projection. So since I never opt to top up every month, so my initial deposit will be 4,000 ringgit for forever. Will be around like 4,000 ringgit forever. But like if you top up every month 1,000 ringgit, you can easily reach millions in like 20 years. So here you can see 10, 20, 30, 40-year target. And then you can go to about portfolio. It will just show you. Yep, so this is a 36%, and the denomination is in USD, and it's a higher risk portfolio. So here you can do more actions. You can adjust the risk. Like let's say you feel like, oh, market ain't stable, you want to do into lower risk, and you can just say I want lower risk 30%, I want 26%. And every time you change to lower risk, the percentage of the portfolio change or where it focus. So like the lower risk, it focus less in the China technology stocks. That's why the Asia portfolio decreased. So the highest risk has around 35% in Asia, and then they show you the breakdown too of the asset class. And then you can rename your portfolio. I named this one Invest in Asia because this portfolio has a lot of equities in Asia. Um, yeah. So there's other things you can do where you can make a deposit, transfer to another portfolio, view your transactions, and delete portfolio. And I like the fact that StashAway, they are integrated with all the local banks, so you can make a deposit easily. It's just like any online payment where you go to the uh, FPX transaction website, and then you key in username, password, get a one-time PIN, and then you transfer in. It's very easy, and it's also easy to set up a monthly transfer or yearly transfer. So that's the gist of StashAway. Now I want to talk about what I like about StashAway. I like StashAway because it gives Malaysian easy access to international equities. In the past, we have to buy let's say if you want to own international stocks, we have to go through a specific brokerage, pay very high fees for each transaction. But now StashAway gives you an easy way, like um, the fee is just a percentage flat fee, and then you it um, then that way you already can get access to international equities. I also like that it's easy to use. It has a website and it also has a mobile app, and it's integrated with all the local banks. And the percentage fee is a flat fee of it's a tier, but the most lowest tier is around 0.8%. And then as you put in more money, it goes lower, 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 and it can go up to 0.5%, which I think is a reasonable, and I think it's a good way to conduct a dollar cost averaging strategy. If you don't know about dollar cost averaging strategy, let me know down in the comment, and I'll make a video about it. But simply put, dollar cost averaging is basically just depositing every month and buying the highs and the lows of the market. And it is somewhat actively managed. Of course, they don't buy and sell equities every day on your behalf. But if they see economic downturn or something fundamentally change in the market, they will re-optimize your portfolio. And it's easy to set and forget. And why I like the concept of set and forget is that um, over the long run, it's easy to uh, snowball your money with the power of set and forget. So, so as you can see, my portfolio, right? My portfolio is a 9.55% return since June. And this is my own experience, but like what is StashAway's own conclusion of their own performance? So this was released in 2019, so they've been around since 2017 already. And as you can see that this is their StashAway returns of their different risk index. And their highest risk index has around 21.3% risk in returns over 2 years, which roughly translates to 10% of returns per year. So if you know me, I'm a big fan of compound interest. So let's say this is a compound interest calculator. Let's say you put 24,000 ringgit a year, which is around 2,000 ringgit a month. I personally believe that is really reasonable for everyone. And then you add 24,000 ringgit and then each year. So every year you save 2,000 ringgit a month. And as your salary goes higher, as your income goes higher, 2,000 ringgit a month is perfectly reasonable. And you let it grow for 16 years with a 10% growth every year. And then you calculate, you'll be a millionaire in 16 years. So if you, let's say you are a fresh grad, 21, 22 years old, around before 40, you'll be a millionaire. And and this is totally achievable for everyone. If you increase the amount you put a year, you'll become a millionaire even faster. If you can save higher, you can become a millionaire in like as little as 7 years. If you can save like let's say three K a month, you can be a millionaire in 10 years. Okay, maybe not 10 years, but around 12 years. Yep, around 12 years you'll be a millionaire. So this is just a showcase of the power of compound interest. And next, I will show like what I think StashAway can improve. What I think StashAway can improve on is they can introduce a selection of higher risk index. So like as a young person, I'm more of a risk loving person. So I think StashAway can also cater to that market of younger people who their investing time horizon is way longer, maybe like 10, 20 years, and they are comfortable with investing in ETFs with higher risk. For example, ARK ETF. ARK ETF, if you don't know, you can Google about it. They own a lot of innovative, high growth companies. So it's borderline on the speculative side, but it's a very high growth. It can give around 50% returns a year. So that's what I think StashAway can do. They can provide those kind of selections. Other thing, they can provide a buffet style, like pick and choose ETF. So right now, when you choose a portfolio, it's all set already for you. Maybe they can do something where you can pick and choose your own ETF. Like maybe you want to focus one portfolio entirely on China, one portfolio entirely on Europe, one portfolio entirely on healthcare or tech. So you can pick and choose. And they used to have this weekly deposit, but they took it away. So now there's only monthly, yearly. And so I think weekly deposit gives a more uh, style of playing for the user because they can do dollar cost averaging weekly. And I would like to see faster deposit and withdrawal time. Right now, it takes around 2 to 3 business days, which I think is still too long, and it can severely affect the performance. Let's say people who are trying to time the market, they want to buy at that point, but because the deposit and withdrawal time is so slow, and it affects their performance. And I would like to see some real-time notification of when the assets are purchased. Right now, I don't really know what time or when exactly the assets are purchased when you put in money or when you even change your portfolio. So maybe give like a timeline bar, like when you buy, I don't know, when you buy Food Panda or food delivery, they show you a timeline bar, right? Of like when your food is coming. So maybe show a timeline bar of like when countdown till when your assets are purchased. And that's about it. And my thoughts and opinions about StashAway. If you have any further comments, like what you like, what you don't like about StashAway, please comment below. I am pretty sure everyone can benefit from it. And for that, I think that's all for today. And as always, invest safe. And if you have any questions, please let me know. If you'd like to see me do other kinds of videos, please let me know too.